Steve here from Safe Arms Review, and I don't know about you, but I do a lot of shooting. And I tell you what, when I go out shooting, I like using targets. But the problem is these targets are like $1, $1.25, and I've even seen targets for $2 each. Well, you know what? My pocketbook just can't handle that type of a load. But here, I'm going to show you today how you can make your own targets, and it'll only cost you about 20, maybe 30 cents tops. So let's take a look and see what you'll need. Okay, so here we are. What do you need to make a target template? Well, first of all, what you're going to need is a target. Now, you can go to a local gun store and you can pick up a target like this, or you can freehand your own silhouette. We're going to use this in this demonstration. The next thing that you'll need is some easel board paper or some butcher paper. And this comes in sheets of 50, 70, or even 100. And I'm going to post a link off to the side to show you where you can get some pretty good butcher sheets on the cheap. Now the other thing that we're going to need is some cardboard. Now this is about 33 by 39 inches, and this should do well to cover up my easel board butcher board paper so I can use this as a template. And I'm also going to use another piece of cardboard. This one's about 12 by 16, and we're going to use this to do something a little special later on, so stay tuned. So here's the materials you need. The first thing you need is a straight edge of some kind so you can draw some straight lines and some straight cuts. Talking about cutting, you're going to need some type of an X-Acto knife with a razor blade, so be careful. You also need a pencil, maybe a Sharpie, tape measure, some masking tape, and of course, you want to get some spray paint. Don't get the expensive stuff, get the cheap black spray paint. And that's pretty much all we need. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing that we want to do is we want to take our target, or you can hand draw a silhouette on your cardboard if you want. But what we're going to do here is we're going to cut out this silhouette here and use this inner portion as a template to put onto our cardboard. So let's go ahead and start that up. Okay, now that we've got that finished, let's go to our cardboard. Now we want our cardboard to overlap our easel board paper, which is going to be our target. So we want to make sure that it's big enough and it overlaps so that when we cut out our template, it won't spray outside of the paper. So I've already taken mine and measured it out on the cardboard of how mine is going to fit. And basically it'll look something like this. Looks good, so let's get tracing and we'll cut it out on the cardboard. Okay, now that I've got the outline of the target silhouette on the cardboard, it's time to cut it out. Now remember, if you're using an X-Acto knife, be careful. Now this is the first template that we're going to make. Let's go on to the next one. Now the first thing that we want to do before we start drawing a template of the weapon here on the cardboard is we want to take our weapon and make sure that it's cleared. We're going to take this 12 by 16 piece of cardboard, and what we're going to do is we're going to take our pistol, we're going to draw an outline on the cardboard, and then we'll be able to do some recognition drills later on. So let's get started. So now that we've got our weapon outline, let's go ahead and cut this out too. Okay, pretty simple. So we've got our separate template, so let's take all this stuff and put it together and make our targets. Now we're ready to start making targets. Now what I did is I took my easel board paper and I secured it to the wall using 2 wood screws. Then I put 2 corresponding holes in the cardboard so that way it'll match up pretty nice. That way it makes a nice silhouette for the target. So let's go ahead and take our can of cheap black spray paint and get to work. Now that we've finished the painting, let's remove the template and see what our target looks like. I gotta say, it ain't bad. But here's something else. Remember the second template? Let's go ahead and do another one, and we'll put the weapon on there as well. That target, we're going to use our second template to put a little bit more pizzazz into our practice when we do recognition drills. So let's go ahead and do that. Basically, we're going to do the same thing, except what we'll do is we paint the smaller template first, and then we'll do the larger one next. And there you go. Now you get a target where you can do a friendly or threat type of situation. Okay, so how much is all this going to cost? Let's take a look at the board and see. First of all, I found some 36 inch by 36 inch butcher board paper in 200 sheets. Now it costs $30, but if you do the math, that comes out about 15 cents per sheet. Throw in some cheapo black spray paint at 96 cents. Then some red spray paint in case you want to get fancy, that's $1.15. And our total cost for this project is $32.11. Again, that ain't bad in my book. So there you have it. Basically what we did is we took the silhouette of a target, transferred it onto a piece of cardboard so you can make your basic shooting target. Then we took our second template, the one of a firearm, and we added that to the target. So in other words, when we go out onto the range and we practice, we can do friendly and threat exercises to make your practice a little bit more realistic. Now, this system works out really well for the casual shooter, but I shoot a lot more rounds than probably the average person. So what I did is I took the silhouette and instead of putting it on cardboard, I used 1/8 inch plexi, and then I cut that out using a jigsaw. Now, you might not want to do that, but sticking with a cardboard, you can still make some pretty decent targets, and it helps when you're in practice, instead of paying that high-priced $1.25 stuff. Alright, well anyway, I showed you how to make some good targets and how to liven up your practice shooting. But, I wish I could say more, but I gotta go, because I got a few more targets to make.
Holy cow.